Well, hello, Facebook, and wherever else we may go with this video. We are so thrilled to be here tonight. I'm Tionat, and
I am
excited.
Dr. Michael Gross. How are you? How's everybody doing? Let me get comfortable here. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. I'm really thrilled that you joined us. I'm really happy. And we have so much to talk about this evening. So, to you, I'll let you do the intro and just want to remind everybody T will be handling the chat area. She'll be putting in information. So, those of you who are live, you got a question, we're open to any question. To you, I turn it over to you.
Okay. Super. Okay. Dr. Michael Gross, I'll just go ahead right into the scripted part of this because that's the only part we script. I don't want to miss anything important that he's accomplished. So here we go. Okay. Dr. Michael Gross is an author, professional keynote speaker, transformational coach, and an entrepreneur. For more than 3 decades, he's been on a spiritual path as an intuitive, a healer, a spiritual counselor, and an incredible teacher. Through guidance of spirit, Michael has assisted others in their personal quest for self empowerment, helping them to create the lives that they have long sought and to bring forth their own intuitive abilities. Michael currently teaches classes in spirituality, self empowerment, Reiki, and other modalities. In concert with God, the true source, he has also achieved great success and miraculous healings. He lives in Lakewood, Washington, and I'm going to go ahead. His topics come to him right before we go live. So I don't even know what we're going to talk about today, but I'm thrilled that he's here. And we're really, really grateful that everybody's here too as well. So I'll be muting myself and getting all the contact information in the chat. Okay. Here you go, Michael.
Hi, thank you everyone for joining us. You here out to the last minute, and this is that we need to address positive thinking. And so I'd like to discuss about positive thinking. Can you hear me? All right.
You were breaking up a little,
As you
Michael.
can,
Can you say that over?
pardon me.
You were breaking up a little bit. I think we have a connection issue. So go ahead and repeat yourself real quick, okay?
Okay, thank you. So I thought this evening, in the words of wisdom, is talk about positive thinking, and that's so important. And I'd like to lay out a little bit of a background. At this point in time, all over the world, there's so much chaos, there's so much negativity, there's fear, there's doubt. Potential wars could be flaring up. We've got one going on now. It could be spreading, and so on and so forth. So it's really important for us to realize that where's our mood? What are we thinking about? And what direction do we desire to go into? And it's so fascinating to think about that. And what's even more fascinating is I know a couple of astrologers, and they'll look at the lineup of the planets and they'll say, this is going to happen. I think a year or 2 years ago, they said it was going to be a very hot summer all over the world, and it was. And it's kind of interesting. And the energy on the planets right now is one of, hate to say it, of greed and selfishness and all about me, and whatever else involves my and me and materiality. And I want to address thinking because there's so much prejudice going on with so many groups, and it's causing an imbalance on this planet. You know, our thoughts, our thinking create our life. So what you think you create, what you create you experience. And those who've been following me, I'm sure you've heard this before. But it's awful important for us to view what we're thinking about. Therefore, Spirit wants me and True Source talk about positive thinking. And of course, we always heard that expression, fake it till you make it. Well, there's some wisdom in that. Because you see, when you're thinking about things and you put your heart and soul and energy into it, it becomes a magnet and will draw into your life what your heart, your soul, and what you're thinking. And, you know, energy is really neutral, and all thoughts are energy. And so let's take a look at energy. Take a look at electricity. Comes through a wire. What can you do with it? You can heat a house. You can cook with it, run an air conditioner, your lamps, your TV. You can use it to help heal. I don't know if you knew that, but little mild electrical currents when you have a broken leg helps heal it quickly. Or you can take it and destroy, start fires, or kill someone. But the energy is neutral. It's how you think you want to use or desire to use that energy, either for positivity or for negativity. It's up to you. But really, how does your thinking affect your life? Well, the great quote by Henry Ford, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think, whether you think you can, whether you think you can't, the word think is always there. And of course, there's that book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. We don't spend enough time addressing our thinking, and we don't realize that our thinking is creating. It's creating our life and our thoughts, and it's affecting everyone around us. More importantly, it affects you. But the fallout is if you're thinking, they have that expression, stinking thinking, and if it's negative, not only does it affect you, but it affects everyone around you, your family, your friends, your business, your relatives. It affects everything. And yet we never give much thought as to what we're thinking and how it's creating our life. And that's why the True Source wanted me to address this evening. For you to look at your thoughts and to realize that you are creating your life through your thoughts, and that your energy is controlled by your thoughts, and your success is controlled by your thoughts, and your failure is controlled by your thoughts, and your health is controlled by your thoughts, and your prosperity or lack of it is controlled by your thoughts. And your life, finding joy or happiness, is controlled by your thoughts. Everything is controlled by your thoughts. Now we have to begin to look at things different. Thought I'd share a little story with you. And I just got a dog about a month ago who was sort of a rescue dog. And they told me that he had a problem, put a leash, he'll freeze. And that he's scared of a lot of different things. And when he was in the house, I put a leash on him. Just let it drop to the ground, called him over, he wouldn't move. For 3 hours, he was frozen. I even put a piece of meat on his nose, he wouldn't move. Finally, I just left the leash on and he came into my bedroom, but then he froze again. And I'm bringing this up for thinking, and the True Source has gifted me with the ability to communicate at a soul level with souls, animals, and so on, mineral, vegetable kingdom. So I talked to him and I said, really, what's going on? And he showed me that he was tied in the backyard on a chain, and he tried to run or get loose, and it choked him several times. I went, wow. So I talked to him and told him that that's not how I'm going to treat him. And I told him that I loved him and I needed the leash to take walks, which we can enjoy the countryside. So the next day I put a harness on him, and he was laying in his bed. He wouldn't move for 8 hours. Okay. So then True Source said, when he hops in your bed at night, put a leash on him, which I did. And he would move a little bit, but he was sleeping, and I'd take it off in the morning. Because I wanted to change his thinking that I was not going to harm him. And I asked his soul again and talked to him about it. And I asked him to protect me. Well, the very next afternoon, anybody came by the house, he started barking. When he came into my office, because I have one in my office, I have a computer set up and I have a speaker and earphones. And I heard this low growling. And I looked up, and there I saw him looking at it, and I had to show him it was harmless. Well, then I let a few more days go by and treated him really royally and told him I loved him. And then I put a leash on him. He stopped and he followed me around, which I praised him. Then I went out to get the mail. He followed me around on the leash. So now I realized that he's beginning to trust me. But I had to change his thinking because his thinking was so traumatic. I mean, when he sat there and lay there in his bed for 8 hours and wouldn't move, oh my gosh, could you just not move in 8 hours? I don't think you could. I think you'd have to move. But the point I'm bringing out is that it is our thinking that controls our life, that throws up obstacles, anxiety, and fear. And the old saying, you can talk yourself into anything. You can talk yourself into an illness, sickness, or you can talk yourself into love and joy and happiness. But the secret of your thinking is your emotions. So it's a marriage. You got your emotions here, you got your thinking here, and they mesh between the two. Then you have to change it. And I've had clients say, well, nothing's working for me, nothing's working for me. And I see the passion and energy in them. And then we reverse engineer. How did you get that way? What made you be this way? Then the way you created this block, you uncreate by doing the opposite. Well, I set them free. It doesn't work anymore. Well, how many times did you try? Well, I did it for a day. Still stuck. Oh, how long did it take you to get that way? You're thinking. Oh, probably a year. So you think in 48 hours you're going to change it? You have already cemented in that block, just like my dog did. On the other hand, a little patience, a little time, and you'll reverse this whole block. Look at your life and your thinking and where you are in your life. Every success that you had, everyone, your thinking created it because you embellished it. You said, yes, I am successful, or I'm going to get that job, or I'm going to take that vacation. I'm going to go out to dinner to a great restaurant. And boom, it happens. But did you hear the inflection of my voice? I'm going to go out to a restaurant and have a good time. How much passion do you think I put into it? But that's the way we behave, and that's the way we act. My deceased mother-in-law, every time we took her to dinner, they always screw up my menu. They always screw up my dinner. So she ordered a Caesar chicken salad. Caesar salad with chicken. They messed it up, the wrong kind of dressing. The chicken was burnt. I just looked and I go, what is it with this woman? Every time she orders meat, it's wrong meat, it's over shoe leather, not done right, everything. And I realized it's her thinking. So I'd like you to view your thinking as you're manifesting. What are you worthy of manifesting? What are you worthy of thinking? What are you worthy of? Period. What do you think of yourself? Do you look in the mirror and say, well, I got a wrinkle here, I got a hair here, my eyelid is droopy, my hair is turning gray, whatever you see, or maybe I'm getting lumpy and bumpy, whatever. Congratulations. Now you're seeing it with your eyes. Now you're manifesting it in your body. Because what the mind can conceive, the body will believe. So everything has an intelligence, everything around you. And you're the master of this intelligence. It's like you're the captain of the ship. Really, think about that. So if you had a ship and would you go into the storm or would you go to a safe harbor? Would you leave with not enough food or fuel or whatever? Would you pick a windy day to go out or a stormy day? Of course, logic will tell you you won't. Although there are some people that did. I just read at the last hurricane, some guy down in Florida decided to live on the boat, and he tied his boat really down, went through the hurricane, and was filming things, and other boats were crashing into him. I went, Ugh. But you know what? He survived. I don't think he's too sharp, but that's his choice. But part of his thinking is, I'm going to survive this. And he did. And during the Lahaina fires that happened in Maui, I was talking to a dear friend, thinking, and it started spreading up. And he said, I don't care what happened to that fire. I know I'm safe. I believe I'm safe. And he thought he was safe and he felt it. And I was talking to him about a week or two ago, and we talked about the fires. Said the fire stopped 20 feet in front of his home. That's going to get kind of close, but it stopped. Causes thinking. So, what is it in our words, our thinking? Remember, thinking is energy. Words are energy. Our thoughts are energies. Our actions are energies. Our passion is energy. Think about that. So here he is. He goes, well, my house is protected. That's all there is to it. And he believed it. Not only did he think his house, because you have to think before you talk. Probably never thought about that one, but it's instantaneous. You're thinking before you talk. Thoughts are, my house is safe. He enunciated it. He had the passion and believed it. So what did he create? The fire never touched his home. Where are your thoughts in your life? What direction are you going in your life? And what are you creating in your life? So easy for all of us to claim that we're a victim. Oh, great, the victim. Well, where does that get you if you're a victim? Think about that. Where does that get you? Right behind the eight ball. Or if you have positive thoughts, it can get you the world. Tia, did you want to say something?
I do. Thank you, Michael. One of the things that I've learned from you is that when we have, what to do when we have a negative thought, because everything that we're thinking is going out into the universe. And I was wondering if you would share that with the people on how we can make sure we put positivity out there.
Well, your thinking is correct. So I believe that you're thinking correctly. So I think I'll tell everybody. Boy, is that a tongue twister. I had to get through that one, everyone. So
Thank
have a
you,
little
Michael.
fun. So we go back to the old cliche thoughts are things. You may or may not have heard it, but a lot of us have. Every thought that you have, as I said, is magnetic. And the amount of passion you put into it increases the voltage or the strength of it. Now, everything you're thinking is going to go out into the universe. It's like a collection agency. It collects those thoughts. Sooner or later, it transfers itself into your reality. And it could be a month later, weeks later. Oh, how'd that happen? I was blindsided. Well, remember you were thinking this is going to work out or wasn't going to work out? Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Well, it took a long time to get to you, but it did. It really does. And I'll mention something. So, well, that was 3 days ago. Doesn't make a difference. It appears now. And one of the reasons is the amount of energy you put into it. It comes back that fast. The amount you put in, a lot comes back, little comes slow. And the other side of it is that you got all these thoughts that are converging into you and creating your reality. So it's got to find a little parking space and speed up and leave and get into you. But since you realize this now, how do you stop negative blocking thinking? Well, it's really difficult, but I'll give you the secret. 3 steps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Pretty hard, isn't it? So you need to say it once. So it separates the left brain from the right brain and goes to the amygdala. So boom, it stopped. However, because there's no such thing as a vacuum in the universe, emptiness, you got to replace the thought. If you don't replace it, the original thought goes out there and boom, you got egg on your face. Although I would rather have a nice chocolate cream pie, but you end up with egg on your face. Bottom line is that after you say it, you have to say something positive. You've stopped the energy, you put the brakes on the negative thought. And now you got to do something. You got to change it, otherwise the original comes back. What's something positive? I know I'm successful. I love ice cream. I love pizza. I love swimming. I love the sunny weather. Anything you say, you substitute. Even I am successful. I am joyous. I'm happy. Anything that is positive. It goes, okay, goes out to the ethers, zoom, comes back into your life. Isn't that simple? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel, cancel, cancel. Wow, it's a no-brainer. And then you get the naysayers. Well, I don't believe that works. Well, on and on and on. Well, what do you got to lose? Why don't you just try it? Well, I tried it yesterday, nothing's happened. No. How long did it take you to get this way? Well, I've been struggling this for 10 months. So you think in 24 hours it's going to change? It's not going to take 10 months. But the minute you start doubting it, oh, did you realize that doubt was another thought? It's another blocking thought. But you didn't think about that one. Now, you got two manifestations. One is supposed to be positive. The other one is blocking it because you're doubting it. So you got the push pull, push pull, push pull, push pull, push pull going on. Guess what? You're the one who created it. You're not a victim. You are SOUL, you heard that before, and SOLE, responsible and creator of your life. Now it's time to wake it up and realize that now your thoughts is what's controlling and making your life. Take a moment as you're listening to this. Get out a little booklet, piece of paper, and just say, I am in control of my thinking. I am now a positive thinker. That's it. Your soul, through your mind, will give you creative ways, the ways that I have spoken, and maybe some others. But the most important part of your life is made by your thinking. And what controls your thinking is your belief. Isn't that something? So that's part of the laws of manifestation. Your thoughts are creating your life, creating everything around you. And your belief system, or your lack of it, or your doubt, it's creating your life. So the true source said, hey, you want to screw up? Good, you'll learn a new lesson. You want love and joy and prosperity? Cool. Just let it happen. And I had one student I remembered, and I was teaching him manifestation. She said to me, well, I know it's going to work, but it really hasn't happened. But I know it's going to work, but it really hasn't happened yet. And only a couple of days went by. I went, you realize that's two manifestations? No, it isn't. Yes, it has. Listen to your words. I know it's going to work, but it hasn't happened. There you go, the push pull. Here it comes. It hasn't happened. Oh, put on the brakes. Oh, it's going to happen. Goes forward, put on the brakes. We have to look at our thinking and have to realize, what are we really saying? Measure your thoughts. Look at your thoughts. Examine your thoughts. And always speak as it has already happened. I am now happy. I am now prosperous. I am now having fun. I am now joyous. Think about these, because now that you're aware of this, you have no more excuses. None whatsoever. Because now you know the secret to create love and joy and happiness in your life with positive thinking. And one more. I always try to find a day to compliment someone, something. You look nice today, you're pretty. Gee, thanks for your help. You're awfully smart. I don't care if they think they know more than I do. I'm going to compliment them because I know they're needy. If they have to go out bragging, their ego gets in the way. And I feel compassion and love them. I feel the pain that they have because I realize they're lost. Now, you have to make this decision. Positive thinking, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cancel, cancel, cancel. And don't use double thoughts. I know it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. double negative. Don't do that. Because now, it's not that God says, oh, today you're going to sprain your ankle. No. God is unconditionally loving, allowing, and non judgmental. I use the word true source. It's you who are creating your life. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I'd like to share a few other things. Every Tuesday evening, from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, I do Words of Wisdom. And let me correct that. I do Soul Awakening. So every Tuesday evening from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Soul Awakening. And with Soul Awakening, you ask any question about spirituality, and hopefully I can answer that. And I deliver a 10-minute message. Only once in a while have I run over 10 minutes, but not by much. I would cordially invite all of you. Even if you know these things, you need to be reminded. I need to be reminded of all the things that I've participated in. So Tia, to you, would you give them the telephone number that they can listen to the Soul Awakening?
Absolutely. The number is 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125446 pound.
One more time on that number. It's 202-926-1059. And the code, Michael?
125446 pound. So I'd like all of you to join us because it's really important. Because a certain blessing of energy comes through from the true source. And that energy is a vibration of love and healing. So please do join us. Along those lines, on the second Saturday of every month, we have what we call the Mass Consciousness Healing. And that heals Mother Earth, all its inhabitants, the animal, mineral, and vegetable kingdom. And guess what? You have the opportunity to be a conduit from that love from the true source, come in through your body, which is transformational, and go out through your heart and cover this planet, its inhabitants, everything with the true source's unconditional love. And that telephone number is?
It's the same one, Michael. It's
Oh, boy.
It's 202-926-1059 with the same access code.
125446 pound. So it's what we call freeconferencecall.com. So you can do it in your pajamas, whatever, nobody will notice. So I cordially invite you because this planet needs healing. Now, also, we have what I call the recordings that I do on the Tuesday evening. We're about 355, 56. And to access that, you're stuck, you're tired, you're angry, you're coming home, traffic's bad, you're in a bad mood, put it on your phone. Listen to it. They're only 10 minutes long. And you'd be surprised how it'll change your moods. And that telephone number is?
Okay, that one's different. It's 434-300-4170 and access code?
125446 pound.
I'll give that one again. It's 434-300-4170 and the code, Michael?
125446 pound. And you start with number 3 and you go all the way up to 355. A lot of people go, well, I want to know what I'm listening to. It's not listed. You know why? Because you're going to learn to trust your soul. And you'll hear, I punch in number 123. And I get phone calls. Boy, I just put 123 in it. Just the one I needed to hear. Or number 7, or whatever it is. Just what I needed to hear. Do so. Because this is your life. And right now, with everything that's going on in the world, your thinking has a choice. to change us into a proverbial Garden of Eden, or to a desert, or to a place of chaos. It's your choice. It's up to me. It's up to you. It's up to all of us. So please join us, sending good thoughts and love to this planet and its inhabitants. Now, there's one more thing, and I got to lean over and get it. And, you beat me. We have a little contest, and she beat me. So here's a book called Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's by, Tio Knapp. We all know her, don't we? And with Tio Knapp, it's a book about survival. I want to get this out of the shadows, so to speak. It's all about survival. It's all about renewal. It's all about finding your soul and becoming the true person you are. This is a must read. It's inspirational. So I want to recommend this highly.
However, excuse me for interrupting, Michael, but start with this book. This is an incredible book. It's Michael's second edition of the Spiritual Primer. And if it wasn't for this book and that wonderful gentleman over there holding the book that he's holding, would not even have been written. So start here. I highly encourage everybody, because there's golden nuggets in here that aren't in the first edition. And if you connect with Michael, he'll even sign a copy for you. Right, Michael?
Absolutely. I'd be honored to do that.
He also wrote the foreword in the book that he's holding. And I have one more question for you, Michael. You ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. You, I know, have a YouTube channel, and we would love to have everybody subscribe to it. It's Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube. And he also, I believe, if with your generosity, you still offer people that are interested in connecting with you something special, right?
Yes, I offer a 20-minute consultation. It's complimentary, and perhaps I can help you to find yourself, to find your life, to find your path, and to do what you came here to do, which are your mission and goals. So please take advantage of it. The telephone number is there. If I don't get back to you right away, leave a message. Leave a verbal message and also a text message, so I know it's you and get back to you. Because these days we get so many scam calls. It's unbelievable. So I'd appreciate all of you. I would like all of you to think about the ensuing weeks, that you are the solution, that you can make a difference. And being on this podcast, being what we call Soul Awakening on Tuesday, on the Saturday Healing, or just contacting us, you're making a difference. And don't ever, ever give up, because the seeds of life are sown in you. You are part of the seed of life. And without love, there is no life. And without life, there is no love. Everyone, thank you very much. Tell others to join us. And remember, you are unlimited. Everyone, thank you so much. We love you. Have a great week. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for joining us. Invite your friends.